อาจารย์สวัสดีครับโอเคครับ
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Tonight, Facebook Live isn't yet on. What happened, Kun Boy? Facebook Live, is it on now?
Jen Facebook Live
Anyway, we'll start with our first participant tonight, which is Felicia Chan from Malaysia. Felicia, you have to unmute your microphone.
Good evening, Ajaan. My practice is good. I don't have questions at the moment. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Who is next? Alvin from Malaysia also.
Good evening, Tanajan. Tanajan, just to clarify something, to keep mindfulness, we chant Buddha, say from the moment, Tanajan, you said that when we wake up until the time we sleep. I think I find hard, but sometimes when I try my best, sometimes to try to remember. So when I chant Buddha, say for example, Tanajan, when I brush my teeth, do I chant Buddha and looking at my action of brushing the teeth, saying brushing teeth, or just chant Buddha, Buddha, Buddha?
As long as you can prevent your mind from thinking about other things, you can either use both or one or the other. But if you are doing something, you also have to know what you're doing. Not solely focus on Buddha and don't know what you're doing.
I see. Okay.
But
So
if you don't want to use Buddha, that's also possible. You just keep watching the action itself. The goal is to prevent your mind from going away to the past or to the future. You want to keep it here and now and not thinking, just merely knowing.
Okay. So when for example, when I walk, right? So I look at it, my hand, my leg, I observe my leg walking, like going down the stairs. Then if I hear something, a noise, like a car honking or things like this, do I tell myself hearing honking and bring my mind away from my movement, or just continue with my leg movement?
Try to ignore everything. Everything are distraction to your concentration. The goal is to concentrate your mind to stay on one object. If you use your body, stay with your body all the time.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere else. Just keep watching your body. This is what mentioned in the 4 foundation of mindfulness. Clear comprehension
Yeah.
on what you do, whether you're walking, standing, sitting, or lying down, or eating, or turning your head to the left or to the right. Just know every action. Just keep watching this action only. Don't let your mind stray to some other thing.
Very clear. Very clear.
If you can do this, you will have continuous mindfulness. And when you sit and meditate, then you watch your breath, because your body is not moving anymore when you sit and meditate. So you just keep watching your breath at the tip of the nose. When the air comes into contact with the nose, just know that it comes in, it goes out. Don't follow the breath in, don't follow it out. Just stay focused on the tip of the nose. But you can be aware whether it's short or long, coarse or subtle, or even if the breath disappears, just stay focused on the same spot. Don't go look for the breath. Just keep your mind still. That's the purpose, is to still your mind from moving around. And you will eventually enter into the 4th jhana. Okay.
Okay, Ajaan, thank you. Thank you. Very clear.
So,
Thank
clear
you.
enough?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Geg Yenso from Penang.
Ajaan, yeah. Good evening, then Ajaan. So far, no question. I still have my meditation, short meditation, every morning here.
Have you increased your meditation, or you still stick to the same routine?
It's almost about 5 to 6 days per week like that, yeah. Mm.
The goal is to keep increasing your meditation time and decrease your other activity. Do only the essential, and try to focus or concentrate on your meditation practice, because your meditation practice will give you the best return of your investment in time. You get peace, contentment, which nothing else can give you. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Ajaan, thank you.
Okay. Next is Jordan from Canada somewhere. Where are you, Jordan?
Hi, Longpor. I'm in Toronto. I missed the last few weeks, and I'm back now. I'm very happy to be here. I don't have a particular question today. Just happy to be here listening.
Have you been staying in
I was-
seclusion?
I wish I could say so. I was up. I have been in nature in Northern Ontario, but I've been around a lot of people, and my practice. It was hard to practice up there, and I'm feeling like I've not been really on the path the way that I was practicing before, and I just notice how sort of I don't have the same sense of. I'm definitely not as happy when I'm not practicing as intensely. That's for sure.
You got distracted by people, and
Yeah.
try to stay alone as much as possible. Because if you're around people, their presence can distract your focus, your concentration,
Mm.
and you won't get the peace and calm that you should be getting.
Okay.
All right. Have
Yeah.
you any plan for the future?
Well, I still have the same plan to come back to Thailand at the end of the year.
Why
Hopefully
can you
ordain.
why can you practice in Canada?
Pardon?
Why can you practice in Canada?
Well, I don't think there's one monastery here in Ontario that I visited, but I don't think it has it's not really quiet enough. I feel like there isn't enough time to practice there. If I were to ordain there's a lot of work all the time.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, otherwise it's a really nice place.
So Thailand is still be the preferable place to go and practice full time if possible.
That's how it feels. Like I'd like to visit on my way to Thailand. I just want to stop in and visit Ajaan Jeff and Ajaan Dick in the States to see if those might be suitable places because they're a little closer to my family. But otherwise, I felt like there were more opportunities in Thailand to find the kind of environment that might be best.
Yes, you will have problem here with the visa though. But if you are lucky, you will eventually be able to get a 1-year visa if you get ordained and supported by the monastery.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I'd like to try and see if that could happen before I decide to ordain in North America as a backup plan.
Okay,
Okay.
good to see
Thank you
you.
so much. You too, Ajaan. Thank you.
All right. Titima from Bangkok.
กราบนมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์ don't have any question at the moment ค่ะ
Okay, Peppa and Mommy also from Bangkok. Peppa, what are you doing?
Hello. หลวงตา like I want to show หลวงตา like my writing.
You're writing again. Okay, go ahead. Bring it to the front of the camera. Okay, let me change. Okay, very nice handwriting.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. You write every day?
หลวงตา like when I heard like someone said like about dies and then cry, like I'm crying sad. So how can I do it?
How not to be sad? Or what? What do you want to do?
Like kill it.
Feel the feeling of sadness?
Kill the feeling of sadness, like when someone said about someone died.
I see. That's because you don't understand what dying is about, see. Dying is like going away to another place. Like right now you're in Bangkok, and if you go to Chiang Mai, see, you go away to another place. So people in Bangkok will not be able to see you anymore, right? But you see somebody else in Chiang Mai. So when you die, if you do good things, you go to a place where we call heaven, where you have many good things waiting for you. Okay. You came before you came here. You might have come from heaven. So you come here and you stay here briefly. Then after that, you go away again. Then you come back again next time.
Okay.
Understand? So there's nothing to be sad. It's just we are travelers. We keep traveling from one place to another. Like last week you came and see me, right? Now you're back in Bangkok. I don't see you anymore. You don't see me anymore. But you can still be happy not seeing me. So don't worry. It's just traveling, just changing places. Okay.
Okay.
She's just afraid that mommy and daddy going to die. Like when she was at your at the temple, like listen to your dharma, and when Ajaan talk about like die, like everyone had to be die, and she cried. Yeah.
That's okay. You don't understand yet. So just don't worry. Just don't think about it. Okay. Wait until you grow up and you have a better understanding, then you can think about it. Right now, maybe it's something that's hard for you to understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, just keep doing chanting, writing letters, and keep staying happy. Forget about dying for now. Okay. All right. Don't think about it. It doesn't happen yet. Wait until it happens before you think. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Okay. Next is Kokseng from Singapore.
Good evening, Prajan. I'd like to update you. Yesterday, Monday, I went to offer dana to the bhikkhus from Pali Lai who is on the Pindapat. So I kneel down and offer my food items, and after the volunteers have taken the food items, I bow 3 times, and after which I asked the bhikkhu whether the way I'm doing offering dana, is it the correct procedure, and his answer is yes, it's correct, and he added that the more important thing is the intention behind. Yeah. So when I'm reflecting, when I bow, when I kneel down, so I'm humbling myself, lowering myself, and when I prostrate 3 times, 3 bows to the bhikkhus, so I'm showing my my refuge, my confidence, my faith in the Buddhas, in the Dharma and the Sangha. The Buddha who is no longer around, but his teachings and the disciples who believe his teachings, the Sanghas, they are representative of the Buddha, they are still around. And I prostrate 3 times to show my respect to the Triple Gems. This is my reflection of offering dana.
Good. Okay, what else? Anything else?
Just now I heard what Brother Alvin was mentioning about chanting Buddha. So I just like to share. I know that when I'm doing the walking meditation, I walk instead of a straight line, I walk in a square. That means I walk straight, and then there are 4 turning corners. 4 turning corners, because my house living room is big enough. So I noticed that when I'm walking straight line, I noticed that the mind tends to, there may be stray thoughts, but I will still go back to Buddha, and each And each step when I lift up, pull, and then do is one left leg, one right leg. But when it comes to the corner, I find that the mind will be very, very concentrated, very, very focused. No stray thoughts can come in. And I think that's because when I'm turning at the corner, the mind has to focus on the movement of the left leg and the right leg to make sure that the turning is correct. So there are no stray thoughts can come in. But when I'm walking on the straight line, some of the stray thoughts can still come in. Even though even though I'm still saying boo, boo and do on the left leg and right leg respectively. Yeah. But all these stray thoughts that's coming, I just ignore it. So I just continue just walking, turning at the corner, walk and then turn at the corner, turn and walk in the corner. And when I find that it's about approximately 15 minutes, I go back to sitting again. Yeah. So this is how I practice my walking meditation.
Okay, as long as you can clear your mind of thoughts, try to empty your mind of thoughts and just be merely knowing. Then when you meditate, you should get better result when you sit and meditate. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ajaan.
You're welcome. Kwan Liman from Malaysia.
Ajaan, I don't have any question yet. Thank you.
Okay. Go to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Alfredo? Alfredo, can you hear me?
Hi, Bante.
Hi, how are you?
More or less.
Good.
My breath is not so good. Bronchite.
Bronchitis?
Yes.
I see. Anicca. Body is
Yes.
anicca. It's
Yes.
dukkha.
Asubas.
It's dukkha.
Yes.
Having a body is having dukkha. No body, no
Yes.
dukkha. So no birth
Yes.
next time, okay? Last birth this time.
Yes. It's okay.
Stop all your defilement. Stop all your kilesa.
Yes.
Then you would have no body no more.
Yes.
Good?
Good.
Stop watching movies. Stop enjoying drinks and whatever.
No, I don't see movies.
Yeah, no sensual pleasures.
Oh,
Abandon.
yes. Yes.
No motorcycle riding.
No,
Yeah.
now not a lot. I
Not a
broken
lot.
my coccyx. Difficult to sit.
Just meditate only. Do nothing else. Just meditate.
Yes.
Walk
Yes.
meditation, sit meditation. That's all you should be doing.
Yes.
Then you will need a body.
Yes.
Good?
It's necessary.
Yeah. Having a body means that you will have to go through aging, sickness, and death. Without a body,
Yes.
then there will be no aging, no sickness, no death.
Yes.
So you must not rely on the body for sensual pleasure. Don't use the body for sensual pleasure. Don't use it for seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and touching things.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is the life of Dhamma is no sensual pleasures is is necessary to enlightenment, Bante. A big employer, a big worker, not have enlightenment, Bante. He has MBA, he has courses, he has diplomas.
Enlightenment means to see the sensual pleasure is suffering, not pleasure.
Yes.
It's painful. To
Yes.
see, so you stop going after sensual pleasures. So
Yes.
you can then stop going after suffering or painful feelings.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but the samsara is okay, né, Bante?
Samsara, that's where you come and born and then get old, get sick and die.
Yes.
So it's not okay. It's not a good place to be. Samsara is like a prison.
Yes.
You get imprisoned by aging, by birth, aging, sickness, and death. Keep repeating this process again and again. After you die, you come back and reborn again, and then you get old, get sick, and die again. Then you come back again.
Not stop it.
Yeah, you cannot stop it until you meet a person like the Buddha who will teach you how to stop this process.
Yes.
By meditation, by practice meditation, giving up sensual pleasures.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Bante, thanks
Right.
for teaching us.
Trevor, okay, Trevor, Jordan's daddy. Hi, you still in Nova Scotia?
Yes, still in Nova Scotia. It's noisy here today. There's a lot of machinery running outside, and boats are coming out of the water because they're expecting big hurricane
Yeah, Nova.
here
I
soon.
think they're hitting Massachusetts first. I heard. Boston.
You heard about it?
Yeah.
And there's another one right behind it. So people are pulling their boats out, and anyway, it's been busy. It's difficult to find a quiet space to be quiet here and sit. But I've just taken a note of the previous gentleman about the walking meditation. I forgot that option. I think I'm going to use that and just walk away from this place and try meditating in the woods. Yeah, other than that, nothing really, no questions. I mean, I'm full of questions. I should probably read more about the Dhamma. I'm reading a couple of books, but I'm just finishing up Ajaan Tun's with the way to true happiness. But when it comes to the pleasures that we were talking about earlier, it's awfully difficult to turn away from those, and I guess I have difficulty with it because
I think everybody has difficulty.
I haven't found anything. I haven't found anything to replace it. You know, the true happiness isn't there yet. So when I'm sitting here unhappy, I turn to books and movies and the pleasures, the sensual pleasures, because I don't have the true happiness. That I haven't tasted that yet. I don't think I see glimpses of it when I'm meditating, but it hasn't.
It takes time. You have to be a little bit patient. Try to do it and try to replace your sensual pleasure, but doesn't have to. You don't have to abandon your sensual pleasure now. You might divide it half and half. Give half your time for sensual pleasure and give half of your time for meditation pleasure. Takes time to develop, but as soon as you move along, when you become more advanced, more proficient, then you can do more meditation. But right now, just try to do as much as you can. don't feel bad if you cannot do it now. You know, it takes time to build up your
Silence.
strength. Yeah, your strength. Yeah, to do meditation takes a lot
to
of
build up
effort.
the strength.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like a
like,
tug of war. It's like a tug of war. You're in the middle, and your sensual pleasure and your meditation practice are pulling you one way or the other.
Right.
And the best way to do now is not so much meditation, but practice mindfulness. Just try to stop thinking. You can do this in any posture. You don't have to be sitting. You can be walking on your boat, and you can keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or keep concentrating on what you do. Just keep watching. Don't let your mind think about this and that. Try to do this first. Try to do this first. Try to control your thoughts first. Try to control your mind to stay focused on what you do.
As I notice, as soon as I wake up in the morning, the mind starts spinning over, and you know, and I have noticed that, because now I'm at least aware of this autopilot that the mind is on, and I know how important it is to try and quiet the mind.
You should take the manual control. Do the manual control. Don't let it go automatic.
Right.
Take control over your mind. Right now it's on automatic. See?
Yeah.
And by reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, it means you're already taking the command. See?
Right from the morning when I wake up.
Yeah. So you start Bhutto right as soon as you wake up. Don't let it go on autopilot.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, I'm sorry I was late this morning checking in, but I managed to see Jordan, the last few minutes of Jordan's questions, and so that was nice. And it's good to see you. You're looking very well, and I hope you're happy. And thank you very much for taking the time to meet with everyone.
Yes, happy to see you too. I hope you can benefit from this practice. And
I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah, and achieve something eventually. It's the best resort for our alternative type of happiness.
Right. I keep thinking of
once you can meditate, then you don't need anything to keep you happy. Just meditate.
Right.
Okay.
That would be wonderful.
All right.
Okay.
Take
Thank you
care.
very much.
Okay. You're welcome. Next, Gary from Singapore. Gary.
Good evening, Prajam. Just listening in. Thank you.
Okay.
Questions.
Also, Belinda from Singapore. Also, Belinda.
Ajaan, I'm listening too.
Okay, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I hope you're doing well. I don't have any questions. I'm glad to be listening in tonight.
Okay, go to Dr. Piao and Indira.
Hi, good morning, Bhante, from Toronto. Indi's just joining us here.
Good morning, Ajaan. Just had to rush because the pharmacy called about some medications of my mom. That's why. So sorry.
No problem. No problem.
How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, just wanted to share with you. This week we went to actually close to Ottawa. It's called Perth, Ontario. Ajaan Veeradhammo's monastery, Thisarana. We visited, yes, and Fadana, and then also the Bhikkhuni monastery, Satisaraniya. They're both in the same area. Yeah, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we had a friend coming for a retreat from Sri Lanka straight. So we went to pick her up from the retreat, and then after that we just visited the other monasteries as well. So it was good.
So
The good
Ajaan,
experience.
Yes, Ajaan Veeradhammo after a long time. Yes.
We talk about you too.
Yes.
With some other monks.
They knew you, some of them. Bhikkhu Amarasiri.
These are like new monks.
New monks. So they are, yes,
They're very keen to listen to you as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have anything today?
Yeah, I was thinking about this sensuality, and sensuality is defined as some sort of a concept. It is not in the object. Say, example, if you look at the rose, it's not in the rose like the flower. I like the rose, but it is a mental concept between you make. It's nothing to do with the rose. So it is not in the object. Sankalpa rago purisasa kamo. So nate kamayani chitrani loke. There are beautiful objects, Buddha says, but it's not, sensuality is not there. It is a concept you make. It's within your own mind. So it's not, you can't blame those for our suffering at the end of the day. It is you make the suffering. As you say, enlightened beings, is sensuality is a suffering for them. But obviously they have something to replace, something like jhana. They can dwell in the jhana, which is more powerful, more attractive, and more pleasurable. So as a beginner, initially, try dropping sensual. I think there was a question. It's kind of hard, like dropping right away, and you said not to. I think it's the correct advice, I believe. So because you can get depressed if you can drop everything. No, you are enjoying, but at the same time, you keep meditating, and maybe perhaps, as you say, you have some peace or hit what you call it, like a sweet spot in your meditation, like we call a sweet spot in your golf game. So suddenly you feel that that's peaceful, blissful. And from there, that kind of replaces slowly your sensual desires over time. And you have your like a space, but obviously you have to deal with the world as you come out of it. But at least for the momentarily, you have some feeding within the jhanas. So I think it takes a while. I think you keep, as you say, keep going. Will you hit that sweet spot? And then from there, it's like you can abide in them as you like pleasant abidings, gain at will. Buddha talk about it, like you can gain. So I think it's tough at the beginning for meditators, I guess, but you have to keep going, put the effort. But hopefully, when you hit that area of the peace, I guess it makes sense.
And also, it also requires that you know how to do it properly, correctly.
That's true.
Technique. Yeah, technique is
and the most important technique is mindfulness.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
That's
Right. So even Buddha said, for example, if you want milk, you pull from the horn, there is no milk. But if you pull from the udder, milk will come whether you like it or not. So the technique is paramount important.
Yeah, find the right thing to stop your mind from thinking.
Yeah. Bull might even injure you by hitting from the horn.
Also, it's like replacing junk food with like healthy food kind of thing for your mind at the end of the day.
So it's very interesting when you said sensuality is suffering for enlightened being. It's amazing statement. I really like that what you said. Thank you, Bhante.
Very profound.
Yeah. The Buddha said success in meditation requires that you stay alone and be mindful all day long. If you can do this, when you meditate, you'll find it easily achievable.
Yeah. But the attraction is there because we are sensual beings, as we are not trained. So it's a hindrance, right? Sensuality is one of the main hindrances.
Yeah,
so it kind of takes away.
It keeps pulling you back to people and things.
Yeah.
You don't autopilot. You don't like to be alone, because when you're alone, you feel sad, you feel lonely.
So you put the internet, look Google or look at the Facebook or something to satisfy your desire, just the mental food.
You want sensual bombardment on your mind. See,
and you get fatigued. I think at the end, the mind get too tired. The drawback.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have cut down lots of that part of it, the social part, but then still family, those things. It's difficult. like, old parents, your children. So those you can't just cut off like that also.
Yeah,
So
we went to the monastery, found out even the monks are not allowed the internet, or it's only a few hours they are given, like maybe hour.
Young monks.
Young monks in training, just to check the email or whatever. That's it. They can't dwell on it. So I think
that's good.
Yeah.
When I went to practice at Ajaan Mahabua, we didn't have internet then, but we had television and radio and magazine and newspapers.
That's an advantage.
And he banned all of those things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and Viruddham was talking about some people like going through all these magazines and stuff, like how they get addicted to, and hard for them to get rid of that desire. Even become monks, they have struggled through that at the beginning.
Yeah, you need to abandon or renunciate sensual pleasure if you want to achieve peace and in meditation. But you might not be able to do it 100% right away.
No.
You might start with 10% and 20%, 30%. Gradual. Do your gradual.
Yeah.
It also depends on your mindfulness. If you can develop mindfulness, then it will be easier for you to renunciate, abandon your attachment to sensual pleasure. So mindfulness is the key. Try to take control of your mind. Stop it from thinking, because your mind keeps thinking about sensual pleasure, nothing else. Thinking about a cup of coffee, thinking about a glass of beer, thinking about hamburgers or pizza or Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Never think about meditation.
No. Is it like doing asubha too? Like if you overdo it, maybe some people, we are not trained to see the having jhanas. It could be can get depressed or something. I think there was a history
it can backfire.
in the sutra.
It can backfire. Like overdosing medicine or taking meditation, not the right type of medication for you.
That's true.
So you need a strong mindfulness, a strong mind to be able to take things that is really considered repulsive. Repulsive or unattractive. Like the subject of death, for instance. Some people just cannot handle it if you just mention it, because their mind is not strong enough or not calm enough.
Yeah. I think there's some kind of evidence in the sutra text. Some monks at that time, without proper technique, they dwell on the asubha, like the impurities of the body, and sometimes they even committed suicide because they were so depressed at the end.
That's right. So the Buddha said they should stop and then switch to meditation on metta, on loving kindness.
It makes sense. Thank you so much, Dante. Thank you so much.
You're a doctor. You should know. Overdosing your patient is not the.
Yeah, I see it all the time. It's a good, I think, place to practice. It's everything like asubha, sensuality. All those things are intermixed in the practice. So it's just mind.
They have their places, though.
Yeah. So it's just the effort you put. I mean, it makes it's fruitful. I guess it's a good opportunity if you look at it the right way. Obviously,
and also you see people old age, like sickness, death, and monks. Also, sometimes we see the same.
Yeah, all the monks. I think they come here as well for treatment. So I think we see them all. So it's I think we have that. We were blessed, I think, to have that opportunity and see the right way.
Before you can look at the unpleasant part of life, you need to have a calm mind, a strong mind. So you need samadhi. You need samadhi.
Yes.
If not, you won't be able to look at the unpleasant part of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's probably better to meditate. Asubha can come later. Maybe
later.
Yeah.
Jhana first, mindfulness first, jhana first.
Absolutely.
Samadhi first before you go to wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. Yeah, because some people think okay, inside vipassana sometimes can be a clutter,
Hindrance.
mental clutter, and can even take away from their jhana. Practice, just can be a hindrance.
Thank you so much, Tana Ajaan. Yes.
Okay, good to see
It's
you all.
always
Good to see you.
Keep
Theron
practicing.
Saranai.
Keep practicing. Okay.
Do our best. Thank you.
Dana, Sila, Pavana.
That's it. It's a simple formula.
Yeah. The path to enlightenment.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next, Scott from Bangsaleh, Thailand.
Good to see you, Ajaan.
How
Thank you.
long you been living in Thailand now?
We have been in 9 months now.
9 months. You enjoy
Yeah,
your stay here?
We have just extended our rental agreement with our landlady for another 2 years.
Oh, really?
So we'll be in this house, everything permitting, to at least December 2 years' time from now. So this is home.
Good, good.
So we're making it home. We're actually on holiday next week for our wedding anniversary. We're going to Koh Samui for a few days. And what I do is a lot of my meditation since I've been here has been what other people sort of saying, walking along beaches, because I used to do a lot of guided imagery meditation, pretending I was walking along beaches, and now I don't have to pretend anymore. So rather than sit there dreaming of a beach, I'm actually on a beach. So I've made it come real. I've listened to what a few other people have been saying. I was looking at the precepts, or as we say, the seven. Where are we going? The seven precepts of the layperson.
Yes.
The only one that I think maybe I just need a bit of clarity around it. When it says to refrain from dancing, singing, music, and other performances for entertainment only, I do listen to a lot of music. It's not heavy metal, it's not crash. It's usually folk acoustic stuff, and it helps me meditate. It helps. So I don't know where maybe I'm being pedantic or too stringent or too strict here, but I listen to music for relaxation rather than the fact it's.
Well, it has benefit and drawbacks.
Yeah.
And I think the drawback is that when you cannot get hold of it, then you're in trouble.
Well, more to the point is basically, say I'm driving from Bangsaray along the Sukhumvit to Pattaya, and you know how busy that can be. If I've got some nice acoustic folk music on my Spotify playlist, I'm a lot less aggressive than if I've got banging music and that guy cuts me up on the lane. It's like there's a less of me to be angry because I'm not psyched up. You know what I mean? It keeps me calm. It mellows me out.
Like I said, there's a drawback. What happens if your machine breaks down? If your plane breaks down?
There you go. Yeah, okay.
So that's the reason why we don't want to rely on these things, because they're not always reliable.
It's very much an as well as and instead of rather than as well as. So yeah, so basically, but what it is more than anything, I think what it is listening to what some other people say, and it's something I've had to learn myself with the mentor who's been working with me. As I said, I've disclosed my circumstances before. Is I have to give myself some leeway, some license. Instead of hitting myself over the head with a stick, sometimes hit myself over the head with a feather. Because realizing, like, in self-criticism and beating myself up and the inner critic sometimes is my own undoing, because I have expectations on myself that no other people have on me, and I'm not even being competitive. Sometimes I need to do this, and I need to do this to the best, and sometimes my best doesn't come up to the best I expect of myself. It's like the first time I started meditating, why haven't I got this? Well, it's the first time I did it. I'm not going to be an expert, and it's a practice. And you know what I mean? And the thing like that, but what it is on a bad day, I can sit there and look at all the things I don't do. I start condemning myself rather than condoning myself. So a lot of my meditation isn't necessarily about inflating myself, but just being a bit more gentle on myself.
Well, just look like as if you go fishing. You don't know how many fish you're going to catch each time you go fishing. Just be happy with whatever you get.
Yes. I mean, as a friend of mine said to me, he does it every day to the best of his ability. He just doesn't know how good that ability is going to be on that day. And I thought, I like that analogy. You know,
that's right, because your mindfulness, your concentration varies from day to day.
Yeah, because some days today I'm going to get it right, and that's the day it's not going to go right because I've put an expectation on it instead of just rolling with it. So
Yes, just take things as they come.
Yeah, and do you know what? And when I mentor a lot of other people, and basically, and sometimes my mentor will say to me, Scott, you're a great teacher, but you're not the best student. So basically, I have lots of information. I should listen to myself sometimes. That was really sort of smart stuff. But the thing is, it's like, because I'm detached from that person I'm talking to. I'm not that person. I'm invested in them, but I'm detached. But with me, I can be just a bit too much of myself sometimes.
Yeah, maybe because you are a perfectionist.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as perfection, because my idea of perfection is not my wife's version. So if I think it's perfect, she'll find something wrong with it anyway.
That's right. The world is not a perfect mold for everybody. The world is varies from person to person. Yeah.
Well, I think from these groups and lots of other groups that I go to face as well as online, what I'm coming to terms with is the fact we're all here tonight is we're all giving it a go. We've all turned up, I mean, irrespective of whether we think we're achieving anything or whether we're struggling with it, we're still giving it a go. And I think we should all be sort of applauded for that to ourselves,
That's right. Practice makes perfect. So just keep doing it.
Or practice makes progress anyway, if not perfection.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully see you soon, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Happy to see you too. Bye. We'll go to Indonesia now, to Willie. Willie?
Yes, good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any question. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Silver Spring, Maryland. Sajal Kar.
Good to see you again, Ajaan. I have a quick question that when I'm sitting for a longer time, like 1 hour or longer, sometimes I see some curious like imagery, like that, not in the dreams. They are not real, because not real or they're kind of made up. Sometimes they look like paintings, sometimes like landscapes, and with sometimes very kind of with colors and stuff. And sometimes they are beautiful, sometimes they're kind of neutral. And I don't get too attached to them, but they're kind of going over these things. And sometimes actually they do look kind of fascinating. And so that's one thing I notice, especially when I sit longer. And also I've seen that maybe that this is something that you can give your comment on, that sometimes after longer this thing, not always, but I feel so much so calm or rested. It feels as though I'm coming out from a very, very deep sleep. But unlike sleep, there is no dream or anything like that, except for this imagery that I'm talking about from time to time. Otherwise, it feels peaceful, like in the sense like I'm waking up from a very deep sleep. And even when I wake up, I kind of sense that, I look around, I sense the sense of peace. And as you were talking about before, that's the time actually I kind of think that the world around me not be there to take this away, as if like I want to be walking in that even when I'm awake and out of the meditation time. And I thought that I'll bring that up with you and kind of get your opinion. Yeah, thank you, Ajaan.
Well, these things are like sideshows. They're not the main attraction. So don't give them too much attention. Try to keep focusing on your meditation, because the main attraction will be emptiness. So if you stop focusing on your meditation object, then you will not go forward from there. You'll be stuck there. So just acknowledge that these things appears, but don't give them any attention. Don't pay attention to them. Keep focusing on your meditation object, because you want to go deeper. And the deepest will be emptiness, when everything will disappear, except the knowing and peace and the sense of peace and happiness arising. So, things can appear in your meditation. So just remind yourself that they are all distraction. You should not pay attention to them. Pay attention to your meditation object only. If you watch your breath, continue watching your breath. If you recite a mantra, keep reciting a mantra, and ignore everything that appears in your meditation. Okay, until your
Thank you so
mind
much.
come to a point where it becomes still by itself, then you don't need to do anything. You sense it when the mind becomes totally still. Then you feel like you don't have to do anything. You feel perfectly. Everything seems to be perfect at that point. Okay. Good to hear that you keep meditating now.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
I told your Thai friend living in the same area about you coming in the room. She said she felt guilty. She hasn't been contacting you.
Yeah, she's far advanced than Ajaan, because I think I've spoken with her, and I could tell, like she's actually swimming, and so it brings some kind of like envy. Yeah, I would say that, because when I was spoken with her, I kind of feel so this thing, because she has responsibilities too, and in spite of that, so we are talking about that and attributing it to that she has meditated in her last lives and things like that, because how does that come so easily to her? I just kind of in a very a friendly, envious way, I think about. I have told her also that. Yeah.
Okay. Keep meditating. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. Go to Vancouver now. Sri and check.
Hello, Tanjan.
How are you both? Happy? Or worrying? Worry about the future? Worry about
Happy to attend the Zoom, but definitely not as happy as Tan Ajahn.
How do you know? How do you know that I'm more happier than you are? Maybe you are more happy than I am. I'm just pretending I'm happy.
I know. Tan Ajahn,
I have nothing. You have a lot of things. You should be more happy than me.
nothing is the real happiness. I don't have the real happiness. I have the fake one for now. It's a very fake one. But like just now you with a conversation with Pia and India, Dr. Pia and Dr. India. You were talking about like practicing asupa, like the it could be overdosing, like if they practice too much, and the Buddha asked the monks to practice loving kindness as a antidote.
That's right. Sometimes they overdo in their contemplation and they become disgusted with their own body. So they're committing suicide. So the Buddha said, if you get to that point, means you are overdosing, you're overdoing your contemplation. You should stop and then switch your subject of contemplation to loving kindness.
So my question is how they practice?
Also love yourself, also love your own body, also not other people's body alone. Also love your own body.
Yeah. Loving kindness to yourself and
to everybody else. We are all the same. Our body are all the same. Our body we all want to exist. Nobody wants to die.
I don't understand like how though, because I think you always say that we practice like loving kindness when we are with people and it's not a meditation.
No, I mean, you do it, you practice it when you're with people, but when you're alone, you have to prepare yourself before you go meet people. So you have to practice. You have to train yourself first, like doing your homework first. If you don't prepare yourself to be kind, when you meet people, you might not be able to act kindly to them.
Oh.
So you have to tell yourself, I have to be kind to my husband, I have to be kind to my landlord, to my, so next time when you see them, then you can say, oh, I have to be kind. But if you don't prepare this thing first, when you meet them, you can turn unkind and become cruel. So you have to practice first, like a boxer. Before you go into the ring, you have to practice with somebody first. And then when the time for you to go into the ring, then you will know how to box properly.
Great.
Like you have to remind yourself, I have to be forgiveful. I have to forgive people, no matter what they do or say. I must not get angry or get what you call revenge. You want to do any revenge on them. You have to forgive them for what they do. So you have to first teach your mind to be ready when you get into the situation when you become angry. See, if you don't, then you don't know how to do when you get angry. You just want to hit the other person, right? But if you contemplate beforehand, I must not get angry. If I get angry, I have to forgive. I must not hurt other people when I get angry. I must forgive them. So you do both. You have to do the homework before you can do the test. Asupa is the same way. When monks contemplate Asupa, they prepare for when they have to take the test, when they have sexual cravings. But if they don't prepare this beforehand, when they have sexual cravings, they have nothing to stop the sexual craving. But if you keep contemplating on Asupa beforehand, and when you have sexual cravings, then you can then start thinking about the Asupa contemplation. Then you can stop your sexual craving that way. Wisdom is like, preparing yourself for examination. Like you have to study first before you can go into take your examination, right? If you don't study, you don't know how to answer the question. Okay. So with contemplation is just doing the homework. And when you come face to face with your defilement, that's when you have to you're taking the test. When you come face to face with your anger, what you gonna do? Can you have loving kindness to stop your anger or not? When you have sexual cravings, can you have Asupa to stop your sexual cravings or not? If you don't contemplate, you cannot think of it. See, when you have sexual cravings. So contemplation is the process of teaching your mind to have the right to deal with your defilement when you meet your defilement later on. When you come across face to face with people, like a monk might be walking on arms round and see a beautiful woman, and all of a sudden sexual cravings come up. What is he gonna do? If he hasn't prepared himself with any Asupa contemplation, his mind will go crazy. Some of them even will disrobe because they cannot stop the sexual cravings because they never prepared themselves first beforehand. They never contemplate on the Asupa nature of the body. That's why it's very important for monks. Even on the first day during ordination, the Buddha demanded the preceptor, the one who ordained the monk, must teach the body part to the monk, to the ordainee. So they must use it to develop resistance to the sexual cravings. So they have to learn the 32 parts of the body. But during the ceremony, they only taught the 5 parts first, the first 5 parts of the body. Every monk, when they take ordination, they have to learn these 5 body parts. Hair of the head, hair of the body, nail, teeth, and skin. But in the purpose is really to go through all the 32 parts eventually. But during the ordination ceremony, there isn't much time to go through the 32 parts. Yeah, so this is the first thing anybody who becomes a monk must learn is the 32 parts of the body. So then when they see a beautiful body, they can think about the other part that is being hidden by the skin. Then you can at least tame or contain your sexual cravings. If not entirely eliminate it yet, at least you can curb it, can control it, so put it back so that you can continue on living as a monk. Okay, understand? For you, you should learn metta, loving kindness. I must not get angry. If I get angry, I must forgive the person that I'm angry at. Forgive. When you forgive, then your anger will disappear. You do not hold grudges. Okay. So this is something you have to keep reminding yourself beforehand. So when your husband did something wrong or make you angry, then you say, I have to forgive him.
So this is to the Asubha the technique is the 32 parts.
Yeah, Asubha is for monks. If you use Asubha, you might not be able to live with your husband.
And for loving kindness, the technique is keep reminding yourself to
Forgive, not to get angry. When you get angry at someone, you have to stop your anger by forgiving, not by attacking that other people to stop your anger.
And the reminding of your mind is a part of our contemplation.
That's right. Contemplating, I have to forgive. I have to forgive. When somebody did something wrong, I have to forgive them. And see, you can do that in real time. When you run into somebody and they step on your foot, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then you must say, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." Even they step on your beautiful shoes.
But if you ask for forgiveness and other people don't forgive you, then that's okay. You say it's okay.
No, you don't ask for forgiveness. You forgive. You give forgiveness. It's not your business to go ask for forgiveness. Your business is to give forgiveness. Whether other people forgive you or not, that doesn't matter. You forgive them anyway.
You forgive them, and if I step in other people's shoes and they don't forgive me, then I say it's okay.
Yeah. Because you cannot force anything upon other people. You can only force on yourself. Force upon yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you want them to forgive you and they don't forgive you, then you get angry at them again. See?
That's true.
I forgive you. How come you don't forgive me?
So we only ask from ourselves. We
That's
don't
right.
ask
Yeah.
from other people.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I learned something. Thank you, Ajahn.
Ajahn, you almost answer all my question except for the 5 parts that the Buddha wants us to reflect on, the head, hair, body, hair.
It's not for you. It's for monks. It's for monks, not for lay people.
Oh, okay. Is it to reflect on
to study the 32 parts, but during the ordination ceremony, we don't have much time to go through the 32 parts. So he just started with the 5. But after you finish with your ordination ceremony, when you become a monk, then you should study the 32 parts of the body until you see the real picture of the body, whether it's good looking or not good looking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the way I see the 5 parts, the first 5 parts, like, it's not that bad.
No, it's pleasant. It's 5 part because
Yeah.
people make their hair,
Yeah.
they fix their skin and they
That's
fix their
exactly.
teeth and everything. So they look
Yeah.
good, see.
Yeah.
But but this is the starting place. You start from the outside, then you go inside. Once you go under the skin, then you start to see flesh. You have to see skeleton. You see heart, lungs, and kidneys, and
Mucus and everything. Oh, okay.
all right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you, Tanajan. Like, yeah. Yeah, because
The goal is to look at the unpleasant part, not to look at the pleasant part.
yeah, yeah.
When you see the pleasant part, you get sexual cravings. See?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I don't see the unpleasant part for these 5 parts. So, oh, okay. So it's to further down, okay, the inside.
Yeah. The goal is to see the 32 parts complete. But during the ceremony, it takes too long to go through the 32 parts. So we'll start with the first 5 parts first.
Oh,
And then we'll go through the rest later on when you finish with the ordination ceremony.
that's the real work after.
Yeah, that's the real work.
Oh,
Contemplate it until every time you see anybody, you see the 32 part all together at the same time.
oh,
Like right now, you should see my skeleton. You should see my skull.
okay.
Do you see my skull? No, you never look at my skull. You just look at the skin wrapping around the skull.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so if you do this study, eventually when you look at people, you look at skeleton walking around.
Mm,
You don't see skeleton right now because the skin wraps it around.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you need contemplation to reveal this skeleton to your mind. So every time you see a human body, you see the skeleton walking, not a human body walking, a skeleton.
Oh,
When you see beauty contest, you see just a skeleton walking.
oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh.
You ever see the skeleton when you watch a beauty contest?
No.
No.
But they are there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you just don't see it
No.
because it's being hidden by the skin and flesh.
Oh, okay.
So you need contemplation.
Oh.
This is using the Dhamma like X-ray. Yeah? The Dhamma is like X-ray. Contemplation is like X-ray. If you contemplation long enough, you'll be able to see through the skin.
Okay, so the first 5 part Buddha, like, prescribed, it's just like beginning.
The start of the 32 part, the start of the study of the body, body 101.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why, like, I'm confused because first 5 part I didn't see like, the ugliness of this 5 parts. Okay, actually the story is behind it.
Yeah, you don't see the 5 parts. They are made looking so good. And
yeah.
What you see are just the 5 parts. So you don't see the complete picture of the body yet.
Yeah.
So you get a lopsided view of the body. But if you go through the 32 part, then you'll see a complete view of the body.
Oh, okay.
Then you know when you see it complete, then you know it's really not attractive at all. It's like somebody put something like trash in a box and then wrap with nice paper and you look at it and you imagine it must be jewelry or something, right? But when you unwrap the box and you say, "Oh no!"
I love that analogy.
Okay.
Wow, so many good, and the very nice quote that using the Dharma like X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
And
Ajahn.
this is contemplation. Without contemplation, you won't be able to see the body clearly.
Yeah.
Because you look the body with your eyes, your physical eyes, you only see the 5 parts.
Yeah.
But when you use the Dhamma eye, you see the rest of the other parts hidden under the skin.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. It's amazing.
So when you contemplate, you are opening up the Dhamma eyes, the eyes of the Dhamma.
Oh.
The eyes of the Dhamma.
Yeah, thank you, Tan. Because I was confused. I keep trying to convince myself these 5 parts are not beautiful or anything. That's why.
But they make up parts of your body, so you have to know them also. But you have to study the rest, not just the 5 parts.
Okay.
That's the problem. Yeah. Thank you for clearing our confusion.
But it's not for you yet, because if you do see the 32 parts in your wife, you probably want to get a divorce.
Yeah, at least understand first.
And now you'll be sleeping with a skeleton, for instance.
And then you make me scared now.
You should do loving kindness.
Yeah, loving kindness.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ajahn.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll go to Penang now with Christine Koe. Christine?
Good evening, Tanajan. I still remember that last time you said if the human body without skeleton is like jellyfish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Just imagine if there's no skeleton in our body, what will we look like?
Yeah, it's like
We won't be able to stand or sit, right?
Yeah,
We'll be just
yeah.
we'll be on the floor.
At one time I went to toilet, then I snapshot the release from our body, the output, the shit. Then I snapshot, then I show my friend. My friend says disgusting. I said, inside your body, you don't feel disgusting.
That's right. See, when you don't see it, it doesn't seem to be there when you don't see it.
Yeah, actually it's inside us.
Out of sight, out of mind, they say.
Yeah, sometimes when like women we have period, then we see the blood. Actually, it's very disgusting. But a lot of people, they see blood, they will feel pain, but actually it's not. You see, it's inside us, every part of our body.
Yeah, everybody has blood, and you don't faint. But when you see the blood coming outside, then you start to faint.
Yeah, and very smelly as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the body is
actually,
smelly, dirty. The body is smelly, dirty.
Yes.
Unpleasant to look at.
Yes. I come in to pay respect to Tanajan. Thank you.
Okay. So if you want to stay single, then you have to contemplate the asubha. If you're single now and you want to remain single, then you have to contemplate the asubha. But if you're married, then don't contemplate on asubha because you might end up being a single soon.
But my husband is okay because we both also Buddhist. We used to practice in temple as well.
I see. Okay.
Yes. One of my Buddhist friend, is senior. Then they meditation until certain level. They can see once some of the beings, they take out their skin. They're very ugly. Saw the bone and the blood and the flesh. They say it's kind of meditation as well.
Yeah,
when they see the beings. Yeah.
You can use this as your meditation object also. The 32 parts of the body. It will calm your mind.
Then can be awake. Meditation won't sleeping anymore.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Ajaan.
Kafai Lim from Malaysia also.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I have no question for now.
Okay, we'll
Thank
go
you.
to Holland. Haroka.
Commandant, in
Okay.
place, composed.
Where are you now today? At home, inside the house?
Supermarket.
Oh, supermarket. What you do?
Yes.
Shopping for food?
No. Here is for €1 you get an cappuccino and a muffin, chocolate muffin. Then
I see.
I was in the market for fish ready. Then I don't need to cook for 3 days. And then I always do like this food for 3 days, 4 days. Most of times I cook, but I have to solve some issues here in the city, legal issues. Anyways, everything run all right. Then meanwhile, then I say, well, if I want to speak to my teacher, I have to do it from the coffee shop, from the supermarket coffee shop. Then I stop here. Hope you don't mind that I'm not in the bush.
Oh, no, doesn't matter where you are.
Actually, I find a place where I put my mind there. And then from there, I can watch all the kandas. I mean, it's the core of the mind, not the core of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And then today the dog don't want to come back in the field in the morning. I start to get angry because I know what happened and because it's too hot now. He don't want to come home, and I get his drift. But then I feel like I stoned. Then I looked at my body heart, and there I feel like if I would define a color is dark and small and round of something like that, and in one place of my heart and tight, tense. And then I say, oh, that is angry. So let it don't flow out. Let it disappear, and it was okay. The dog, I wait a little bit. He had to eat some grass or something, and then he came back. So it's like this. Now I'm scanning the meditation. When something in the chitta is in the body heart, but I'm floating. You told me to fly. You told me that there is no one there. Nobody's there. So what happened is that I flow in the swimming pool, and then only this part, what is in Satipatthana, Buddha says in the front, up the leaf. So only the sense are out of the water. The rest disappear. The body gonna be I don't feel it anymore. Just this part. But when I try to exercise Anapanasati, attention on the nose, then I get touched to the thoughts and to the what's going around in the, because it's a children's swimming pool, so the adults are in the big one, okay? So, but then I can feel the surrounds a little bit. It don't disturb much, but then I have to focus a lot in the nose. But when I go a little bit, I say up inside the mind, and then it's I don't know what to call it, sunyat or something. From there, I can see the body. I can see feeling, seeing. And the more I do that thing, this like I'm doing now with you. I'm listening to this, and it's like I'm not using my thoughts to talk to you. You know, just I know that's the memory or what happened, and make a relator. My goal is to master jhana, but I was too busy, so I find out by floating, and I was very high there. And then I said, well, I'm not flying, but the bird is not with me. So, and I feel very happy after, and I leave the place, and it make easy for later to make an Apanasati. How do you see what I'm doing then?
Well, I see that you still haven't reached the jhana yet.
No.
You're still distracted by whatever appears in your meditation. So you should not pay attention to anything when you meditate. Just keep focused on your meditation object only.
Okay.
You want to come to a point where the mind stops and everything stops, and everything becomes empty space. With just a knowing the empty space.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll find peace and contentment there. And your mind can become very strong to withstand any type of emotion when you come across them later on.
Mm-hmm.
So keep focusing on your meditation object when you meditate. Don't be distracted by anything.
Yeah, I switch horse. You told me to master.
Yes. Stay with one horse. Don't keep changing the horse. In the middle of the race, you won't get anywhere.
I'm enjoying to do all those things because it's very interesting. All those things, also inside, not outside the body.
Yeah.
But it's not the goal. That's what I understood. For now,
what's waiting for you is much more interesting.
Sorry?
What's waiting for you in meditation is more interesting than what you experienced so far. So don't be distracted by what you see or what you experience. Keep focusing.
Eventually, later I can do other things, but for now, it's just calm the mind and focus, educate the mind on only one point.
Yeah,
and that's the breathing, until it disappears, and then I enter the
emptiness of space. Yeah. Okay.
And it will follow me for a while, and then I can enter again and again and again. That's the goal, right?
You have to keep doing it again and again until you can maintain it all day long, all the time.
Wow. Okay. I believe you, sir. Thank you very much for your advice. Thank you. Very precious. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sulan from Singapore.
Oh, hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you today.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Hope you are well.
I am well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, I think one question that I have in my mind as I listen to the rest is that I was wondering if jhana is it feasible to be achieved by lay people?
It doesn't matter who you are. If you have continuous mindfulness, you can get to jhana. If you don't have continuous mindfulness, doesn't matter whether you're a monk or a lay person, you won't be able to get there. So it's not being a person, being what? It's what you have, whether you have mindfulness or not, all the time. Able to stop your thought all the time.
But just now you mentioned that for married people, they are not suited to practice asubha.
Well, this is a different, we're talking different subject now. Just now you're talking about jhana, now you're talking about contemplation.
Okay.
So if we're talking about contemplation, asubha is more suitable for monks because this will help monks to maintain their celibacy. But with lay people who have family, who have husband and wife, if you use asubha, then you might break up the marriage because because you don't feel have any sex with your partner, and your partner won't feel you want to live with you anymore.
Oh, okay.
So you use metta instead. Be nice and kind to your partner.
Yeah, okay.
Understand?
Yeah, understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, Dhamma are like food for different type of people. For babies, you have to give them milk, But with older people, you can give them rice and vegetable and things like that. Same way with Dhamma. With lay people, you have to teach them to learn to use metta, loving kindness. With monks, you have to teach them to use a super. Yeah. Or it's a different type of medicine for different type of illness.
I see. Okay. And then for lay people, we can practice metta, loving kindness, and then as long as we can practice mindfulness throughout the day, then we can also reach jhanas.
Yes, but if you are lay person, and you want to keep the 8 precept, then you can use the asubha contemplation
Oh,
on the day that you keep the 8 precept to prevent you from having any sexual desire.
Okay.
Or when you go and practice in a retreat, meditation retreat, then you can use asubha contemplation. But not when you're living with your husband.
Okay.
Then you keep the 5 precepts, and then you use metta instead. Be nice, be kind to your husband.
Okay. Yeah. And sometimes it's a little hard.
Yeah, because you use the wrong type of medicine. You use a super when you're supposed to be using metta. And same way with monk should be using a super and end up using metta instead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, I realized that sometimes when I don't have when I'm not mindful, and then I say something unskillful because maybe with some ill will, then the immediately the fruits I will experience the fruits. Yeah, so I think it's important that we have mindfulness all the time, like what you say, like what you just now you were saying about mindfulness and all. It made me think of this. Like, yeah.
Okay. Tonight your audio is very clear. What happened? Did you do something to your computer or what?
I'm using the earpiece which I'm holding in
I
front.
I see.
Yeah, so it's better. Yeah. I realized I need to hold the mic like this.
Okay, close to your mouth.
Close to my mouth. Then
Yeah, it's
it will
very
be
clear,
clear.
very loud and clear tonight. Are you using a computer or using a telephone?
Today I'm using computer.
Computer,
Yes.
okay.
Mm.
Good.
Yeah, computer is more stable compared to the phone. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Nice to see you. I'll go on. I'll go to the next person now, okay?
Okay. Happy to see you too.
Okay. Go to Fiona, Charlotte. Charlotte from Indonesia.
I want to ask, is the attainment of arahantship only can occur when we born to the human beings and Sudavasa, or can?
It depends, but most ideally is when you're born as a human, and there are the Dhamma teaching around. If you're born human and there's no Dhamma teaching around, you cannot become an arahant because you won't be able to know how to become one by yourself. So you need the teaching, the Dhamma teaching to guide you. But if you happen to be in the Deva realm and if you have someone like an Arahant or Buddha who can reach you and teach you the Dhamma, you can also become Arahant in the Deva realm also. So you need to have someone to teach you. You need the Buddha or the Sangha or the noble disciple. Without them, you will not be able to become enlightened yourself. Unless you are Buddha yourself, then you can become self-enlightened. So this is the best situation right now for you. You are born as a human being, and you have the Dhamma teaching to guide you. So you should not waste your good fortune by doing something else. You should devote all your time to the study and the practice of the Dhamma teaching. Then you might be able to become an Arahant in this lifetime. Clear? Understand?
Yes, understand, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn, for the explanation.
Okay. Where are you in Indonesia? Jakarta or
Near Surabaya.
Surabaya?
Yes, near.
Near Surabaya.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Anything else?
No, Ajahn.
Okay.
And thank you, Ajahn. Sorry.
Let me see. Nobody else in the room now. So we'll go to Kunju for any question that might come in through Facebook.
We have 3 questions this evening so far. The first question is from the assistant Gmail account, and it's from Dharma from Indonesia. In the book Beyond Birth, it was mentioned that Ajahn Lee Kusalataro is an Arahant. What makes Ajahn think that Ajahn Lee is an Arahant? And is Ajahn Lee still at Wat Pabanta right now?
Because Ajahn Mahabhu said he was an Arahant. And he passed away a few years ago. He's not around anymore.
The next question is from Aun. Hi Ajahn, I'm Boon from Penang, Malaysia. I listened to a Dhamma talk from a Malaysian Theravada monk. This monk is highly educated and also analyzes all sutra and Vinaya and also Abhidhamma. From his analysis, he said, the Buddha never said transfer merits or share merits for pass away relatives because merits cannot transfer or be shared for pass away relatives. The Ajahn explained, if merits can transfer or be shared to pass away relatives, the person who has not yet died can make a lot of bad karma to become millionaires and then tell their relatives to transfer or share merits after they die, even they have a lot of karma suffering in the 3 role realms. The Ajahn said the correct word is rejoice, merits, when after go to the temple to offer dana for Sangha or other people who in need. Can Ajahn please explain about this topic? Thank you.
Well, there's a sutta or a story in which a Buddha taught a person, I think he was a king, and he had some bad experience at night. He heard some really scary sound, and he wondered what happened. So he went to ask the Buddha, and the Buddha said it's the sound of one of his assistant in his past life, which happened to be becoming a hungry ghost now, and he needs something from you, some merit. So the Buddha told him to give to the Sangha the next morning, the next day, and then share this merit with the hungry ghost. So I think there's a sutta that mentioned this thing. Maybe the monk didn't study enough yet, because there are lots of sutta in the Tipitaka. And but the sharing of this merit is a very minimal. The merit that you share with the hungry ghost is very small. So it's not enough for you to be complacent now and do a lot of bad karma and expect that when you die, someone will send you the merit, because people might not love you and they don't want to do anything for you. So you end up with a hungry ghost without having any food, So it's better to do merit now, so that when you die, you don't become a hungry ghost. You become a deva instead.
And the last question is from Alice Oy. Good evening, Ajaan. My sister-in-law is in her 50s and she tried meditation since last year. However, when meditating, she tends to sway her body, but she's unaware about it. My mother-in-law has stopped her from meditating as she's worried she might get into a trance. Any advice if she should continue? And what is the reason for swaying so badly?
Because she doesn't use any mindfulness when she meditates. You have to be mindful of your breath, or you have to be mindful of a mantra. Then you won't sway. Then your body will become still. So the right way of meditation is to have mindfulness. Mindfulness at an object such as your breath or at a mantra. If you use mantra, just sit down, recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't stop reciting. Keep maintaining Bhutto. Then you will be fully awake and not falling into a trance. Or watching your breath. Most people, they don't do this. They just start when they meditate, they just close their eyes and then let the mind just do whatever it wants to do. So it usually goes into a trance. Or create some really all types of images to fool them, to think I'm achieving something from a meditation because I can see this and I can see that. This is all wrong, not right. All right. We have some more time left. If anybody would like to ask any more questions, you're welcome to raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Okay, Trevor, please go ahead. Can you unmute your microphone?
I just wondered, I hear the word, I think it's chana
Jhana.
mentioned, and I'm not sure what that is whenever I hear it.
It means absorption, the mind being absorbed into itself. Become still, fully absorbed in being still. We call jhana. When you meditate, you reach 4 different levels of absorption. First, second, third, and fourth level. We call them jhanas. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana.
Okay.
Try to search the word jhana in the Google. Jhana.
Jhana. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can get more information from reading.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good. Pia or Indira?
Hi, Ajaan. About transferring merits to relatives, there are only certain realms of the hungry ghost, right? They say Paradatta Upajivi, that realm, they can take merits, and also certain Deva realms. But if you're a human being or any other realms, they cannot take the merit that's transferred. Is that right?
Yeah, but because it's not enough for human to wait for the transfer of merit, they can make their own merit. They can get more.
That's right. That's right.
So it's useless to transfer merit for human. It's
Yes.
better to tell human to go do make their own merit.
Yes.
Because when you transfer merit, for instance, if you make merit, you can only transfer about 1% of what you make.
Yes.
You keep the 99%, you can only transfer 1%.
That's right. Yeah.
Because of because of the shipping, problem, you cannot ship a lot of merit.
That's true. That's true. Yes. But at least you feel good. You go to the temple, you do something, and you transfer merits when somebody died after dana. So at least you also acquire a certain amount of merits by doing that. As a form of gratitude.
See, merit is actually good feelings. When you do dana, you have good feeling. You can share this good feeling of contentment and happiness with the hungry ghost. When the hungry ghosts get this good feeling, they feel contented and happy temporarily, not not forever. So you have to keep sharing with them every time you make merit until they change into a higher status,
Yes,
like
that's
becoming a
true.
human. Then they can go look after their own
Yes,
good feeling.
yes, yes. There is a chant, Idamme Jnatinam Hotu, Sukhita Hontu Jnatyo, like to transfer. When you do something good, you transfer merits. So,
Yes, you can. You can.
yeah.
But you don't know whether anybody's waiting for your
Yeah.
transfer or not.
That's right.
Because you don't do it all the time. So if they happen to come by the time when you're not doing merit, then they cannot get merit from you. See?
That's true. That's true.
So
Thank you,
now,
Tana
so
Chan.
normally
Thank you.
the preference way is to wait for the hungry ghost to come to you first and ask for merit. Then the next day, then you say, okay, tomorrow I'll send you the merit tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Otherwise, you don't know whether anybody's waiting for your merit or not when you transfer it.
That's true. Thank you so much.
But don't pay too much attention to the transfers of merit. It's a sideshow really. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But if you happen to be doing any charity, you can then share this with whoever needs the merit.
Yeah. I just do it as routine, like because my father passed away young. So whenever I do something good, I always chant and transfer merits thinking of him. I mean, it's kind of, I just do it anyway as a form of gratitude. So
Yeah, I think it's more like a ploy or a tactic to get us to do charity by thinking that we're doing something for somebody else, but actually we're getting all the benefit, most of the benefit ourselves.
Ourselves, yeah, true.
But if we don't have any reason, we don't want to do it. See, if we don't have any reason, then we don't feel like doing any charity. So we have to need for somebody to die first before we decide to do charity. We should be doing charity every day, like the people in the village. They give food to the monks every day.
Yeah, we try to. We have one temple very close, about 15 minutes. So, like a lot of days on our way to work, we offer 7 a.m. we go offer dana. So yes.
I teach people who cannot give dana to monks because there are no monks around them. I tell them to give dana and put it in a box every day, a certain amount of money for charity. Then when they're ready to go to a monastery, they can take this money and give it to the charity.
Absolutely.
To the monastery. So they can do charity every day. Practice charity every day. Every day give $1, put it in a jar, in a cookie jar or whatever, every day. This is my merit today, $1. This is my merit today. And maybe when you have time to go to a monastery or when there's some charity, then you can use this money. Say, I already have this money for charity.
Yeah.
If you don't do this when the time to do charity, you say, I don't have enough money, so I don't do any charity. So you should make a budget for charity if you want to practice charity.
Yeah.
You have budget for everything, right? For health, for holiday, for Christmas gifts, and so much. But why not? Why not for charity also? And charity is much more beneficial for your mind than anything else.
Of course. Yes. We do, like the monasteries that are close by, we always take dana. But if they are too far away, then what we do is we transfer money for the danas so that there are people who can buy and offer for us. So yes.
When you do charity, you should not think that you're doing for other people. You should think that you're doing for yourself.
Yes.
Because this charity that you do will enable you to go to heaven when you die.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it will make you a deva, not a hungry ghost. If you go stealing money from other people, then you're making yourself a hungry ghost. But when you're giving your money away to other people, you become a deva and stay.
Thank you, Tanajan. Thank you so much.
Because when you give money away, you feel good, you feel content, you feel
Always.
full.
Always.
But when you go steal money from other people, you feel hungry, you want more.
That's so true. So true.
Mm.
Yeah. Dana is something which always makes you very upbeat. It's like you're on
Yes.
drugs, you know.
Give good feelings to you, give you
Very
contentment.
good feeling all the time.
Mm.
Yes.
This is the quality of being a deva. See? Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you're not doing charity for other people, you're doing for yourself.
Yes, yes, that is true. But at the same time, every time I do, I think of my father because I was very close to him. So as a routine, I know it's for me, but I do transfer merits too. Whether he gets it or not, I just do it. Yes.
Yeah, try to do it so it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a
Yeah.
habit, it's easy to do, and you're accumulating lots of good karma when you that will then send you to a good place after you die.
Yes. Okay.
It's not
Thank
really
you.
a place, it's really uplifting your spirit, making your spirit happy. So when you
Yeah.
die, you die a happy spirit. You have a
Yeah.
happy spirit after you die, not a sad or hungry spirit, hungry ghost.
Yes. Because when you do good, the chances that the last thought is also going to be a good one. Whatever you do, that's habitually, that's what's going to pop up the last minute too.
I don't think they pop up. They're already there, whether good or bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
So
don't
that's
pop
what I'm
up.
saying.
They're already
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Yes. That's so true. But only thing is what I mean is when you keep doing dana, you do good things, the chances are that, it's like because that's habitual. That's what you're used to. So even if you die like in pain or whatever comes is a good thought. If you've always
You are improving your spirit, the quality of your spirit, of your mind, on your mind.
Yes.
To be a happy mind, to be a good mind, to be a good spirit.
Yes. That's true. That's true.
You don't wait for your last moment to happen. It already happened before you died.
That's true.
People misunderstand that they thought the last minute of life is very important. It's not. The last moment of life depends on the summation of your good or bad karma that you do before that point. You cannot go and do it at the end of that, at the end of your life, and start to decide to get a good or bad. You have to do it
So
now.
true. So
you have
true.
to do it now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
you're
you. Doing
welcome.
our best. Thank you.
Okay.
Peran Saranai.
Anybody else would like to contribute or ask any question?
Alexa Rua.
Alexa, okay, Aroka.
Yeah, teacher, important thing that you told me that I could, if I didn't give my body away, that I could share the Dhamma. So I saw possibilities that I didn't saw before I start to see. And then I also make peace with the perhaps killer or something. And I reveal something that I could not reveal to him because and then I would enter between he and his wife. And then he understood why I said, why I didn't, what I have to lie, when his wife was there and he confronted me. And then that was when he got very angry on me. It's a long history, I make it short. And then he took revenge on me, yes, but not by killing me. He entered my house and cut the water in the toilet in the way that all my house was flooded with water when I was not there. And then it leaked downstairs. And when I met him again, I said, it was you. Then he was completely kind to me because he said, no, I don't know what you talk about. And then we started to talk. I said, well, this day I did lie, but I could not stand for the lie, because then I have to tell in the front of your wife what you told me about you in her relation, in your situation, and then I would come between you two. But anyway, it was not you. I learned that with you too. You know, it was my angriness with his angriness. Was not me and was not him. And then he started to cry. And then he started to cry and said, "Oh, Alex, sorry, because he didn't gonna assume he did what enter my house." So whatever it is, then the water flowed downstairs to the downstairs floor and invaded the house of the neighbor. So I have to, I talked to her. She is not angry at me. She understands. She saw somebody did it, because she know I was not home, because she tried to knock on the door, and she saw when I came back. So it was 1.5 hours flooding water, and it going through the electric cast from the first floor to the downstairs floor. Okay. And then said that is in peace. So he said he was very angry on me. I said, I know, and that's what I did wrong, but we get into the situation because I said, I don't want to talk anymore, because I assume you knew why, because of the meditation, but then get into this ugly situation. And the owner of the flat downstairs, who get the water on her floor, she used to live in the flat I did live. Then she said, Alex, one day when I was living there, I also got very sick when I entered this flat 2 months ago. I had corona and everything, all allergies came back and everything. And I resolved it. And she said that when she entered there, she had that too. And then she talked to her mother-in-law, and she is from Indonesia. And she told her to burn sali and close all windows and burn sali, because she saw a man one night she was sleeping, and she saw a man in a black coat and with the hat stand beside her. And then she did kind of a voodoo thing, put sali to clean. Then I realized that maybe all this thing was made by an angry ghost to revenge the neighbor downstairs. So what I did, and that's my question to you, I did not use any sali. I get home, I was very calm. All the time I'm calm. Huh? All this process, no stress on me. I know I have to pay, maybe. It's coming lighter and lighter. But I did a Dhamma talk, you know, and it has to be in Portuguese, because it's coming from my heart. And I feel very, very, very light while I was talking. And the more I speak from my heart, spoke from my heart, the more calm I went. And
okay,
I'm not.
You have to wrap it up now. We're running out of time. Okay.
Sorry? No, that is it then. I did solve it with the Dhamma talk. I did that correctly?
Okay, good luck. Good to you. Be forgiving. Don't get angry. Don't hold grudges.
Okay. But the Dhamma talk was the right remedy or not? To talk, to speech that, to hope that we go to light and things like that, and to revenge is not good. But I used not other medicine than the Dhamma, the teachings of Buddha. Is that correct?
Teaching, who are you teaching?
If there is angry ghost, I don't know. I don't see it. She told me that was.
I don't know either.
Okay, but what to do then if you have a
just leave them alone. Just let them do whatever they want to do. We don't have to do anything.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's about it for tonight. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and help you understand better how to do the practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
ครับสาธุเจ้าค่ะสาธุอาจารย์
Thank you, Tanajan.
Thank you,
Take care, everyone.
Sadhu.
Ajahn.
Thank you, Tanajan.
Thank you,
Thank
Amy.
you, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good evening.
Goodbye.